waking up multiple times a night to use the bathroom, 2, 3, or even more. If so, you're not alone. This issue, known as nocturia, is far more common than discussed, especially for those over 50, and even more so if you live with diabetes, high blood pressure, or kidney conditions. Many consider it a natural part of aging, but the truth is, it's not. Waking repeatedly to urinate isn't just an annoyance. It disrupts deep sleep phases, impacts hormone production like melatonin and vasopressin, and unbalances your nervous system. Over time, this affects your energy, blood pressure, memory, mood, and even blood sugar control. It's a silent yet powerful cycle, and sadly, many resign themselves to it. They try medications, avoid water at night, or simply get used to poor sleep. But poor sleep isn't normal, nor is it healthy. Deep rest is one of your body's most powerful tools for healing, balancing, and protection. Without proper rest, everything becomes harder. Blood sugar rises, mood drops, appetite goes haywire, blood pressure spikes, and your kidneys suffer. But here's the good news: solutions exist, and not all require medications, surgeries, or expensive products. In this video, I'll share 3 natural, accessible, and easy-to-use foods that help reduce the need to urinate at night. They don't block your bladder or alter your kidneys. They help your body find its own balance. At the end, I'll also share a simple, non-food strategy that can have a huge impact if you apply it every night before bed, and it costs nothing. These 4 elements, 3 foods and 1 action, have been shown to support deep rest, reduce bladder pressure, improve circulation, and help you sleep longer without interruptions. These strategies are based on natural principles, often overlooked by traditional medicine, but with growing evidence and real results. All they need is for you to give them a chance. So, if you're tired of not sleeping well, if your bladder wakes you every night, or if you simply want to reclaim your rest without pills, stay until the end. This video isn't about miracles or empty promises. It's about small, consistent actions that can restore something essential: your rest, your calm, and your health. Let's begin. The power of avocado. The first food that can help you reduce nighttime urination and sleep more deeply is avocado. Yes, that creamy fruit enjoyed on toast, in salads, or guacamole, but rarely associated with bladder or urinary system health. Yet, avocado is packed with nutrients that directly influence the mechanisms regulating sleep, muscle relaxation, and urinary tract inflammation. If you live with diabetes, high blood pressure, or prostate issues, the benefits are even greater. Let's start with magnesium. Avocado is an excellent plant-based source of natural magnesium. This mineral is key for relaxing muscles, calming the nervous system, and supporting kidney function. Often, the bladder becomes overactive not due to a structural problem, but from nervous overexcitation or an imbalance in muscle tone. When magnesium levels are low, common in people with stress, poor diet, or uncontrolled sugar, the body becomes more reactive, the bladder contracts more frequently, and it becomes harder to sleep without interruptions. Regular avocado consumption helps replenish magnesium naturally, without supplements. Beyond magnesium, avocado contains a good amount of soluble fiber. What does fiber have to do with the bladder? Much more than you'd imagine. One of the less discussed factors affecting nighttime urination is constipation or abdominal pressure. When stool accumulates in the colon, it physically presses on the bladder, reducing its capacity and activating the urge to urinate faster. By improving digestion and intestinal transit, avocado indirectly helps the bladder have more space and less urgency at night. But there's more. Avocado also contains beta-sitosterol. This plant phytonutrient has been widely studied for its positive effect on prostate health in men over 50. Benign prostate enlargement is a common cause of nighttime awakenings. Beta-sitosterol helps reduce prostate inflammation and improves urinary flow. While it doesn't replace medical treatments for severe obstruction, it can be a great natural support in early stages or as prevention. Avocado is also rich in folate, vitamin K, healthy fats, and antioxidants. These nutrients work together to reduce systemic inflammation, improve circulation, and support tissue repair, including that of the bladder, kidneys, and controlling nerves. All of this helps reduce urinary system irritability and promotes more continuous rest. Now, let's talk about proper consumption. The best way is natural, in small portions, and without irritating combinations. You can eat half an avocado daily, preferably at lunch or early dinner, alongside cooked vegetables, fish, eggs, or brown rice. You can also make a mild guacamole, avoiding aggressive ingredients like raw onion, garlic, spices, or excessive lemon. Another option is to include it in a warm salad with cooked spinach, steamed carrots, and a little extra virgin olive oil. The key is moderation. Although avocado is healthy, it's calorie and fat dense. More isn't always better. Half a piece a day is usually enough to reap benefits without overloading your digestive system. It's also crucial to avoid commercial products like packaged guacamoles or avocado-based dressings. Many contain preservatives, vinegar, added sugar, or low-quality oils that can irritate the bladder and counteract the benefits. Another common mistake is eating it too late at night, just before bed. While relaxing, it's also a dense fat, and if your digestion is slow, it can cause a feeling of heaviness. That's why it's ideal to eat it between 6 and 8 p.m., giving your body time to process it before rest. In summary, avocado is more than a healthy trend. It's a functional food full of key nutrients for bladder relaxation, inflammation reduction, prostate health support, and improved sleep quality, all without side effects, chemicals, or breaking the bank. If you're not already incorporating it into your routine, today might be a good time to start. Sometimes, the most powerful solutions come from the simplest foods. Pumpkin seeds, your nighttime allies. The second food that can help reduce the need to urinate at night is pumpkin seeds. Perhaps you've seen them in health food stores or even enjoyed them as a snack, but what you likely didn't know is that they are one of the most complete foods for supporting the urinary system, deep sleep, and hormonal balance, all at once. These small seeds are packed with specific nutrients that directly act on the bladder, its controlling nerves, and the hormones influencing its behavior. They do so gently but very effectively, especially when consumed in the second half of the day. Let's start with one of those key minerals, magnesium. Pumpkin seeds are among the richest plant sources of bioavailable magnesium. This mineral, as we saw with avocado, helps relax bladder muscles, calm the nervous system, and reduce the overexcitation that often makes us feel an urgent need to urinate even with a small amount of accumulation. Consuming a portion of pumpkin seeds in the afternoon can help prepare the urinary system for a calmer, less reactive night. But that's not all. These seeds also contain tryptophan, an essential amino acid that the body converts into serotonin and then into melatonin. What does this mean? They can help you produce your own melatonin naturally, without supplements. As you know, melatonin not only improves deep sleep quality but also activates vasopressin, a hormone that reduces urine production while we sleep. Therefore, a tryptophan-rich snack a few hours before bed can directly impact how many times you wake up to urinate. Another fundamental nutrient in pumpkin seeds is zinc. This mineral is linked to hormonal balance in both men and women. In men, zinc helps maintain prostate health and can reduce mild inflammation affecting urinary flow. In women, especially during menopause, zinc helps stabilize hormone levels that influence urinary frequency. Additionally, zinc has immune and antioxidant properties that protect bladder tissues from chronic inflammation. And as if that weren't enough, pumpkin seeds contain lignans and other phytonutrients that have been studied for their ability to reduce symptoms of overactive bladder. This includes urinary urgency, frequent daytime urination, and nighttime awakenings. These nutrients don't act as a sedative but as a gentle, natural regulator of bladder tone and sensitivity. Now, let's talk about proper consumption. The ideal dose is 1 to 2 tablespoons daily, preferably in the afternoon, between 4 and 6 p.m. This timing allows their compounds to act on the nervous and hormonal systems just before the first nighttime symptoms usually appear. You can eat them raw, unsalted, and chew them slowly as a snack. You can also add them to plain, unsweetened yogurt, a mild salad, or a vegetable smoothie. An excellent combination is 1 tablespoon of pumpkin seeds plus half a cup of unsweetened plant milk plus a pinch of cinnamon. This simple, calming smoothie can help you sleep better if you drink it about 2 hours before bed. However, there are common mistakes to avoid. The first is buying them roasted or salted. Excessive heat destroys some of their nutrients, and excess salt can irritate the bladder or raise blood pressure. Always look for raw, unsalted, unsweetened seeds. The second mistake is eating very large portions. While healthy, they are also caloric. More isn't better. 1 or 2 tablespoons are more than enough. And the third mistake is improper storage. Seeds contain natural oils that oxidize easily. Store them in an airtight container in a cool, dark place, or even in the refrigerator if the climate is warm. Finally, a word of caution. If you are taking anticoagulant medications or have a seed allergy, consult your doctor before adding them to your daily diet. In summary, pumpkin seeds are a small nutritional treasure. They help calm the bladder, improve sleep, reduce inflammation, and balance hormones, all from a single food. And they do so without side effects, chemicals, or complicated preparations. You just need consistency, good timing, and to choose a natural, quality product. A tablespoon today could be the difference between an interrupted night and deep rest, and your body will notice. Cucumber. Simple hydration for better nights. The third food that can help you reduce nighttime urination is cucumber. It might seem too simple, even boring, but behind its humble appearance lies a perfect combination of hydration, minerals, and calming effects that directly benefit the bladder, kidneys, and sleep. Cucumber is 96% structured water, a form of water easily absorbed into cells that hydrates without overloading the digestive or renal system. This intelligent hydration is key for those who wake up multiple times a night to urinate, especially if they drink liquids too late or haven't managed their water intake well during the day. One of the most common mistakes is restricting water intake during the day for fear of urinating too much, then feeling thirsty at night. This leads to drinking just before bed, which naturally increases urine production while the body should be resting. Cucumber, when consumed in the early afternoon, helps reverse this pattern by providing gentle, progressive hydration. It reduces thirst at night and helps the kidneys eliminate excess fluids before bed, rather than while you sleep. In addition to its water content, cucumber is a natural source of organic silicon, a mineral that strengthens the connective tissue of the bladder and the muscles surrounding it. This is especially useful for people with a weak bladder, urinary sensitivity, or a constant feeling of urgency. Silicon also helps improve the elasticity and integrity of bladder walls, allowing the bladder to expand more efficiently without activating reflexes too prematurely. Another little-known benefit of cucumber is its slightly diuretic effect, but without being irritating. Unlike some foods that aggressively stimulate excessive urination, cucumber acts more gently and naturally. When consumed between 2 and 4 p.m., it promotes a progressive elimination of accumulated liquids, relieving pressure on the renal system before bed. This reduces the need to urinate during the early morning hours and improves sleep continuity. Cucumber also contains antioxidant compounds like physatin and flavonoids, which help reduce inflammation of the urinary tract. This property is especially useful for people with an overactive bladder, interstitial cystitis, or sensitivity to irritating foods. Additionally, it has a refreshing and alkalinizing effect that calms internal tissues, very useful in warm climates or in cases of mild urinary irritation. Now let's look at how to consume it properly. Cucumber should preferably be eaten raw, well washed, and if you have digestive problems or gas, without the peel. You can slice it thinly and combine it with a little extra virgin olive oil and a pinch of turmeric. Another option is to add it to a warm salad with cooked carrots, soft green leaves, or quinoa. You can also blend it with water and a few drops of lemon, but only if you tolerate citrus. The most important thing is to avoid adding vinegar, industrial dressings, or commercial sauces that can irritate the bladder. The recommended amount is between half and a whole cucumber per day, depending on your tolerance and digestive habits. There's no need to exaggerate. What matters is consistency and timing. Consuming it between 2 and 6 p.m. is ideal, as this gives the body time to process it before rest. If you eat it too late, you might get the opposite effect, an active bladder just when you're trying to sleep. A common mistake is thinking that any product with cucumber is the same. It's not. Avoid pickled cucumbers, bottled juices, or flavored waters with cucumber extract. Many contain preservatives, excess sodium, sugar, or artificial ingredients that can cause the opposite effect: urinary irritation, inflammation, or elevated blood pressure. Another key recommendation is to combine cucumber with other calming foods like pumpkin seeds or the healthy fats in avocado. This combination provides hydration, muscle relaxation, and anti-inflammatory support simultaneously, without altering your blood sugar or digestive system. In conclusion, cucumber is one of the simplest, most economical, and effective foods to help the bladder relax, eliminate liquids on time, and sleep more hours without interruptions. The important thing is to use it strategically as part of a well-thought-out daily routine, not as an isolated remedy. Because sometimes the simplest things work the best. Elevate your sleep. The leg-raising strategy. The fourth key point that can help you reduce nighttime urination isn't a food, supplement, or tea. It's a physical strategy so simple that many people overlook it: leg elevation at the end of the day. It might sound strange at first, but understanding how and why it works can make a big difference in your sleep quality, especially if you wake up one or more times each night to go to the bathroom. During the day, when you're standing or sitting for many hours, gravity pushes fluids towards the lower parts of your body, especially your legs and ankles. This accumulation isn't always immediately noticeable. Sometimes it manifests as mild swelling, a feeling of heaviness, or simply a slight retention that goes unnoticed. But when you lie down at night, your body changes position. It's no longer fighting gravity. At that moment, the accumulated fluids begin to mobilize back towards the center of the body, and the kidneys, detecting this increase in circulating volume, respond by filtering more urine. This phenomenon occurs naturally, but when retention is greater, as in people with circulatory problems, a sedentary lifestyle, or hormonal imbalances, the body activates urine production just when you want to sleep. That's why, even without drinking water before bed, you can still wake up with an urgent need. The solution is simple. Help the body mobilize these fluids before bed, gradually and naturally, by elevating your legs for 30 to 60 minutes before going to sleep. The height should be sufficient for your legs to be above heart level. This promotes venous return, reduces capillary congestion, and activates gentle drainage towards the kidneys, allowing the body to eliminate excess fluid while you are still awake. You can do this lying in bed, on the sofa, or on a mat on the floor. Place your legs on pillows, cushions, a chair, or even against the wall if comfortable. The important thing isn't the perfect position, but that the angle allows gravity to do its job. If you also accompany the posture with slow, deep breathing and gentle ankle movements, such as rotations or flexions, the effect will be even more complete. Some people also combine this practice with the use of compression stockings during the day, especially if they spend many hours sitting or standing. These stockings help prevent fluid from accumulating in the legs early on, which reduces the nighttime load and improves results when you elevate your legs at the end of the day. The ideal time for this practice is between 30 and 90 minutes before bedtime. It's a good time to read, listen to quiet music, practice breathing, or simply disconnect from mental noise. In addition to helping with nighttime urination, leg elevation also improves the feeling of lightness, reduces blood pressure in sensitive individuals, and prepares the nervous system to enter rest mode. Common mistakes to avoid: doing it too late, for example, just as you get into bed, because you don't give the body enough time to process liquids before sleep. Another mistake is to elevate your legs uncomfortably or forcefully, which can create tension in your lower back or hips. And a third mistake is believing that doing it just once is enough. Like everything in the body, consistency is needed. Do it every night, even if it's only for 20 minutes. The body responds to repetition, not to sporadic attempts. It's also important to accompany this strategy with good fluid management throughout the day. Drinking enough water in the morning and in the first half of the afternoon allows your body to be hydrated without having to compensate at night. The combination of good daytime hydration plus anticipated elimination through leg elevation can completely transform your nights. In summary, leg elevation is one of the simplest, safest, and most effective strategies to reduce nighttime urine production. It requires no supplements, products, or technology, just a little time, attention, and consistency. It's the kind of tool that doesn't come in a box but can give you one of the most valuable gifts: uninterrupted, deep sleep and waking up with energy. Try it tonight. Your body and your bladder will thank you. We've reached the end of the video, and now is a good time to review everything we've learned. 4 simple, natural, and side-effect-free actions that can help you sleep more deeply and reduce trips to the bathroom at night. The most important thing is that each of them acts from a different angle: nutrition, hydration, the hormonal system, and circulation. Combined, they form a complete strategy to give your body rest and your bladder peace. First, we talked about avocado. Beyond its creamy taste, this fruit is an excellent source of magnesium, fiber, and anti-inflammatory phytonutrients. It helps relax bladder muscles, reduce constipation that creates abdominal pressure, and support prostate health in older men. Consumed in moderate portions at lunch or early dinner, it's a powerful tool to prepare the body for nighttime rest. Next, we explored pumpkin seeds. These small allies provide magnesium, zinc, and tryptophan, which together relax the nervous system, improve natural melatonin production, and reduce bladder hyperactivity. 1 to 2 tablespoons in the late afternoon in a smoothie or as a snack can make a big difference in your sleep quality. Then we discussed cucumber. With 96% structured water, it's ideal for intelligent hydration without overloading the kidneys at night. It also provides silicon and antioxidants that strengthen bladder tissue and reduce urinary inflammation. Consumed between 2 and 6 p.m., raw and without aggressive dressings, it helps the body release fluids before sleep. Finally, we looked at a non-food strategy: leg elevation. This simple practice mobilizes fluid accumulated in the legs during the day and allows the kidneys to process it before bed, thus reducing pressure on the bladder in the middle of the night. You only need 30 to 60 minutes daily, consistency, and a comfortable position. You don't have to implement everything at once. You can start with what feels easiest, perhaps a food, perhaps a physical practice. But the important thing is to take the first step. The body responds when you help it with consistency and care. No pill can replace that, because sleeping well isn't a luxury, it's part of the healing process. And when your body sleeps well, everything improves: blood sugar, blood pressure, mood, memory, and life itself.